Hi guys, welcome to EPs and LPs
That's
with
right.
Cokes and
OB, that's right. And today we have with us an interesting guest.
yes,
Our culture is to let you introduce yourself, so please do introduce yourself.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Hey guys,
yes.
nice to meet you. I'm Tariq,
Nice.
singer, songwriter, actor,
Hmm.
face model.
Nice.
Because I think I look good.
That's good. I mean, yeah,
To be a
definitely.
face
I
model.
mean,
Very nice.
that's good. That's
Okay.
good.
It's fun to be
That's
here.
wonderful. That's
So yeah,
very
good to have you here, Tariq.
Wonderful to
Actually,
have
there's a
you.
question I've been meaning to ask you ever since I discovered you. Your name, the way it's spelled, is Tariq with a one
With a
instead of
one.
I.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Like, what inspired that?
Because, first of all, I always at first my name was Drew
Okay.
but that was so hard for people to say.
Drew Wald.
Like, spell
Seems
that
easy
like,
enough,
Drew?
right?
Dreworld.
Okay, well, that's-
Drew.
yeah,
Oh,
okay.
So people say Dreworld.
Right.
So because
Right.
they could not get
Right,
that right,
okay.
I was thinking about calling myself only one Tariq because I used
Okay.
to I used to feel
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
Yeah, that's
Because I spent a lot of my life being the guy that has just a very weird name.
Mhm.
So like there was no other Tariq.
Right.
Obviously until when this power guy came and now it's just
Right. So you just right.
yeah.
So I think it's son. When it goes to son, right?
Yeah.
But like I
Okay.
think I used to say it's only one Tariq. It's
Of
only one
course,
Tariq.
of course. So you just went with the government.
Yes, I just stopped
Right.
saying only one Tariq. I just put the one.
The one in there. Oh, that's
no,
good.
that
That's
makes
good.
sense. That
Okay,
makes sense.
so-
And we think it's a pretty unique spelling. I mean, you
Mhm,
yeah,
I'm a
absolutely.
pretty unique guy.
Well, no, that's very good. So in terms of the music, would you say? I mean, how did that happen? Did you find music, or did music find you? How did that come about?
To be honest, I just used to love performing in school and just performing people's songs, and then I also knew how to write. So the whole process between all of that and just growing into someone who would, love music was I wouldn't say spontaneous because it was built upon, but like
Right.
I probably would still say spontaneous because
Mhm.
I never really was like, oh, right from the get go, I want to be an artist. Right from when I was 6 or
Right,
5.
Oh,
right.
You know, it just
Yeah,
at some point
I
during
love
your
to write
teenagers,
songs. I love to write
Oh.
stories,
Okay.
and then
it
And
just
it just
happened.
happened for you. Okay.
I mean, I had to work hard.
Yeah.
But you found it that
definitely,
way.
yeah.
In terms
Yeah.
of that's how you connected
Yeah.
to music. So in a way, so in terms of that journey, then do you think that you came to the music, or like did it come to
Did it
you
come to me?
eventually?
To be honest, I think maybe I think it came to me. I wouldn't say
Because
I went to it,
I think
'cause
that's correct.
I used to travel around.
Yeah.
Like my family was not just stay in one place.
Right,
Like I was born in Benin City, and then I went to Lagos, then I went to Delta, then I went back to Lagos.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
So-
Touring night.
So as did you say during that, I'm fucking dead. Yeah, so like moving from all of that, and so first of all, as a child, like I never really had the chance to like have friends, like and I'd be like, oh my guy, because
Yeah.
like until
You weren't
like
based
I
in
wasn't
one
based
place,
anywhere.
yeah.
Like I can remember like the day I left Delta, man, I was meant to have like a class match with my like SS3, SS2, and I was their star player. And then that night, my mom was like, "Guy, we're going to
Oh my
We're
days.
moving.
So the guys were not even cool with it. Like, guy, you just did it.
Right.
Never really had to make that friendship thing work.
Wow.
So music was like,
Was the thing that
yeah. Because the last time I came back to Lagos,
Yeah.
I came. It was just me that came, and my brothers didn't come with me, and that was a massive thing for me because I have three brothers and I have a nephew, and we were like this group, like this team, like we're always together. We argue about football together. So them not coming with me, I felt the void, especially like when my dad leaves the house. It's just me in the house. Everybody's silent, and trust me, the games and all of this stuff.
Yeah, you don't really get.
So that's when music came in and just helped.
Okay, so that was when. So when will you like maybe put a definitive time to when you say you actually took up music as a career?
Oh, as a career?
Yeah.
2 years
right.
ago.
Oh, it's just 2 years ago.
2 years ago. I before it was just
you
Just
doing it. So I think from what you described, it feels like you were connected with other art forms, other creative forms, but in terms of you actually coming into music, it was something that happened for you, and it's good that you had that space to fill up with music.
Yeah. The whole idea of like I think you this too. Like,
right.
It came 2 years ago. Like, cause I think I performed at Bogobi.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it was good. I was
Did it feel good? Did you?
Yeah.
What was your thought in that moment?
Before that, I used to just post freestyles on TikTok, on IG, and then I got noticed, and then all of that, songwriting process, training, all of that. And then, but that Bogobi show, and also the one at Sour Cafe, those two, like they just gave me that.
Okay.
And then and then growing, I got in tune with my music, and then it's now just it's weird. Like for me now, like my creative process, my creativity is one with me, and it's extremely weird now for someone who really wasn't like a music enthusiast, like wake up, eat, sleep music.
Right. Okay.
My creativity, like my creative process of making music is like crazy weird now. Like it has to be in certain kind of ways and all of that. So in another way, it's not just vibes.
Okay. I mean, like feel free to shed some more light on that if you want, actually.
Yeah.
But we could get into that actually.
Yeah. I think we'll be looking to also pick that up later.
Oh, you want me to share that?
We will also be if you're comfortable.
I mean, definitely, it's up to you still.
So so in terms of like your music creation process, like how would you describe that? And I know you spoke about the other things that you do in terms of songwriting, singing.
Yeah.
So your first ever song that you wrote, do you remember what that song was?
First ever song I wrote. It was with me and a couple of my guys.
Okay.
Please don't go.
Okay. Right.
Who chose that title?
Who chose that title?
It wasn't me.
Okay.
Can't be me.
No, it
was my friend. His name is Editala Joseph.
Are you sure?
It was my friend. And he gave that name, please don't go. And I hate that name.
Did you protest like, nah, we gotta find another name?
Gotta go?
No, because he was the cool kid. Okay. If he was bringing the name, so that you let me have a verse.
Okay.
I was saying, please.
Do you still remember your verse?
I remember.
Wait, how long ago was this?
Yeah.
Like the
this was like when I was in SS2.
Ooh, okay.
So it was.
Okay, drop the verse. Drop it for us. We want to hear the verse.
Yeah, we want to.
We're interested, please. And also, is it out? Did you guys release it?
We had plans, we had plans to perform it in my school, in every just go to different secondary schools and just perform it. It didn't. Can't lie.
Damn.
Okay, so can we get like a snippet, like your verse, or the whole? Okay, so what's the?
Well, I'm sure you guys had a couple of songs then, because you say you were going to songs. I remember you mentioned you performed in schools.
Right.
So that means
performing in school, I was doing people's songs.
Okay.
We were doing Baddest Boy.
Okay.
I would always fight to be whiskey. I would always fight to be whiskey. I did Baddest Boy. I did Jai. I did a couple. I did Chris Brown. No, the one I wanted to do that I never got to do was Fowl's Soldier.
Oh yes. Okay. Who was going to do the semi part if you did Soldier?
One girl like this.
Okay, there was someone. Okay, no, that's good. So we still didn't get to hear that.
I can't remember. I just know the hook. It was like he was like, please don't go.
Okay.
Please don't go.
Alright,
cool. That's
Alright, we'll let you off. So since the point where you said 2 years ago you decided to take up music, you're like, okay, I could do this. What do you feel like there's been support from family and friends?
My mom.
Or was there at that time?
I mean, my mom is my biggest fan. Good. And whatever I'm doing, she just keeps saying, "Oh, just pray, pray to God, and because that's how it is." So she's always really supportive, and even today she's still
rock solid.
I heard you performing at this place.
Nice. That's great.
Shout out to the good moms.
Exactly supportive.
And then my dad, my dad is all about school, but
right.
I started getting millions of streams, so he's dropping me off in the studio. So
okay, he's winning now. He's like,
that's exactly how it is. Like, everyone right on that one.
I remember going
results.
to the family house like last week, and then I was coming back and I was like, no, don't worry.
No, it's okay, right? Like Nigerian parents, they do like they'll be against it at first, and then when they see it's really popping off, they'll completely just get on board.
He's cool now. He's like, but he's still serious about like my dad still makes me go to school. Like I still went to school on Tuesday and I got drenched in the rain. It's because of that man. But like, I love him
it's
too.
It's good that he keeps you grounded, but now he's on board. Yeah.
And him actually dropping in the studio is a big flex. And also like when I posted like I just got this like millions of streams of this, and then he was telling his his friends about it.
Yeah.
And then he just called me. And my dad is like,
did he have you on speaker
like Neo kind of thing?
Right.
My dad is this New York person. He doesn't like even wearing normal white. He wears his triad. So how many?
Tell them again. Now many streams you have? Okay, big flex.
My friend is here. I'm just letting you know what you are doing.
We love it.
Are you in the studio now?
Say it again, right? No, we love that.
No, that's good actually. That's good.
Was that support from your mom at first? Was it important for you then, or how important was that for? Do you feel like you would still have done it?
I don't
regardless.
Think so. I don't think so. My biggest battle has been my low self-esteem.
Right. Okay.
I never fit in anywhere like growing up. So if I didn't have her, like I can remember the first day like I was trying to pay for a song. My first song that I did in the studio that I had to pay for because I had a lot of producer friends that would be like, guy, your playing game is nice, guy. Although you sound like you can, but your playing game is nice. And then they keep letting me record like a lot of even freestyles. But the first one I did that I had to pay for, my mom paid it.
Oh wow!
She did it herself.
Come through.
I'm 100% sure it wouldn't have.
We can say thank you to Mama Tariq for giving us,
especially with the cheers, because she knows, like she knew that this guy is, not now. Now I'm overly confident.
But like, I mean, you've got the backing to it. So
but like,
you're doing your thing, so that's really good.
I battled a lot to low self-esteem.
That's cool. That's cool.
I called my mom to help.
Good. So since that very first song that you released, and although your family, your mom particularly has supported you, since then to where you are now, in terms of your journey, how would you then say like you found like your sound? I know your sound is described as Neo-Afro.
Yeah.
How did you come to that description, and what fits into that Neo-Afro?
Because for me, like music is all about feelings, and I try my best to express myself with my music. How I feel in the barest minimum, what I heard, how I feel about what I heard, how I feel about what I've seen or what I've been told, or even what I've read, or anything like that. It's all about feelings, emotions, all of that. And I love that's where the neo soul comes from, but then it's Afrobeat. I want to turn up. I want to go to stadiums and just make people go crazy. So I started off first even rapping because then I didn't like how I sounded. So I would always just write songs instead. And I just say it because if I write these lines and I rap it, I know you feel it.
But don't ask me to sing it.
So but then I just decided, let me just keep trying. And I remember then my ear now, open your mouth.
Sing it, do it.
Open your mouth. And then, we started moving, and then I decided, I'm just going to find my own sound, find my own thing, and just, hope on God that, everything works out great. Then I started, I started doing new soul, I started doing slow songs, beautiful songs like Sumo, which never came out. But then, it's Afrobeat,
Of course. I mean,
then I wanted to just, and me, I love to perform. And I know like sometimes I really love times when I perform to you and you just sing and you feel it. But I also would love to perform with you and let's go crazy together. But that's the only time I feel extroverted,
right?
Because I'm aside from that, I don't like going out. I don't like doing anything. Pretty much just in my room.
So that human connection, that performing.
Yeah. So the best part of music for me is probably performing.
Okay.
So
all right. So as a neo-Afro artist, what's the first song that you actually did that you also released?
To be honest with you, the first anything that I ever put out is my project.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing. I made two projects before. I made Jordan's in Sin City. I made what was shit, can I swear?
Yeah, you already did.
I guess,
Son of the Moon.
No, there was one before Son of the Moon. Yeah.
Before Son of the Moon.
Walk With Me, Let's Fly. Was it Walk With Me, Let's Fly? Shit, can't remember.
But is it? It's not. I didn't notice it on your Spotify.
Yeah, it's not out. I never put it out.
So I made a lot
of projects, but I never put it out. Then Son of the Moon, because they were all beautiful, they were all great, but I wanted something that explains like what Tariq is really trying to sell, and that is like feelings, like irrespective of whether you want to go crazy in the club or if you want to just listen and respect and like just understand how I feel, and I hope like it connects with you in a way.
That's really good.
All right, that's good then. So then, okay, since we already spoke about the EP, let's talk more about your EP. Yeah, Son of the Moon. What inspired, like what's the concept behind Son of the Moon?
My hair color. I'm joking. I'm actually joking. Son of the Moon is me just being in the dark about a lot of things. I always say this, like I was in the dark about so many things. I almost dropped out of college. Almost felt like a lot of things and my life was going great. My life was.
So what part was like?
I was just in the dark about a lot of things. First of all, I think I accepted adulthood too early. I accepted that. Look, I got a lot of things I need to figure out that I hadn't figured out. And even outside that, even romantically too.
Trying to figure that out.
I suck so bad.
Lagos dating scene, was it dealing with you?
I just had too many
situations or.
So we're talking about the album. Why are you doing that?
If you inspired the album, we want to know about
exactly.
You don't want to know. I'm not telling you.
Okay, I mean we have an idea.
So that you channeled all of the feelings that you had from all of those parts of your life.
Yeah, my love life, my
just put that
personal life, my those two actually.
Okay.
The next project will bring a lot more other sides, but those two, majorly my love life and my.
Okay, so then there is a song "Be Mine" that you featured two artists, Black Bones and Rhea Sean. Why, considering that you said this was talking about you and emotions and all that, what inspired that selection of Black Bones and Rhea Sean to be on Be Mine?
To be on that track,
yeah.
First of all, like if I make a song and I don't get the second verse like immediately, I just keep it. So when we're having the song selection for Be Mine, like when we're having the song selection for Son of the Moon, this wasn't even there.
Be Mine wasn't part of it.
It was titled Untitled.
Okay.
And then it was just like a whole long list. There was songs that I go crazy about that. Why this one out like Eminado and then this one was just there as Untitled, and then someone just said, "Play the Untitled one, play the Untitled one."
Let's hear it.
Then we just played it, and then my verse just came in with the chorus, and that's all that was there. I was like, "Oh my god, this is actually really crazy." And they're like, "Oh, who do you want to put on it? You want to put it?" And then I hadn't
thought about it.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it. So the first thing that just came to mind, can we put Black? I said, yeah, but then I was so happy to hear that Black said he likes it. I think I was that I heard about it like around 5 a.m. because in the morning, because my aunt, I was like, oh, Black said he likes it. I was like, I bad.
So why in your mind when you heard that you recorded the song, but what in your mind about the song put Black Bones in it? I mean, why did you? What was the thought behind? Can we have Black? And why did it have to be him?
Because the song was, I was trying to explain like a particular like certain kind of feeling that I felt that Black Bones would test. I felt like he would help it.
Channel that.
And also because it would be a great honor to have him on the song.
Yeah.
So, when he said he liked it, I went nuts. No. I'm happy that
I think it works. It works quite well on the track. I mean,
actually,
Sean and Black.
And then Rhea, my goodness, she's amazing. She's amazing. Like when she sent her verse in, I was wow. Like she's amazing.
I think it was. I think it was an amazing trio on that song, and they were the perfect selection also, by the way. So
if I had to pick like right now, I wouldn't even think I'll pick them again. It was that I'm that confident that we would deliver like Okada.
Okay. So maybe would you possibly say that's like your favorite song on the EP?
No.
Okay.
No? Okay.
Okay, we'll get to that.
We'll come to that. And also, you were on a I think two track EP with on a native sound.
Yeah.
So also, like, how did that come about as well?
I think I was having my major runs, and then Abuchi, the head of Chuck City, was like, oh, pull up at this, writing camp, this recording camp, and I didn't even know whose camp it was.
Okay.
I was like, we want to make music, and I'm not going on. And then I heard it was native, and I'm a big fan of native.
Yeah.
Then I didn't know anything about, I just knew I was a fan. I was the message you're trying to push. It was like, I just feel like they sort of sell Gen Z, even outside Gen Z, like wild, like youth, just youth being
energy,
free, some youthful energy, and just being free, being yourself, expressing yourself in the most,
No, that's good.
best way. So with them, going to like the camp and just recording. I just recorded like a couple of songs, just there.
So
and then the next day, this is like song. I like this song.
Okay, so you were just there like, okay, like let's do this thing. Okay.
Then I linked up with a lot. I met a lot of people that I really respect. I think it was there I met Udumodu for the first time. Although I've always I had been speaking to him we've always been like, we will meet up.
Yeah.
Was that met him?
Happened.
Yeah.
Did you get to record anything with him?
Yes, like he's a big brother to me. So he's a big brother to me, and he's always giving me support. Like he understands that. He's always telling me like, look, you need to understand that you need to grow and all of that. Yeah. You need to take these steps and these steps, and I understand it. I've met 3 people in my life that has given me advices that I don't mess with Black. No, actually, a lot of people.
Right.
There are some that I hold on to.
Yeah, exactly.
There's one with Black Bones. There's one with AQ, with Black Sheriff.
Okay, cool.
With Moju.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those ones I hold on to. Like they said some certain things that I never forget.
And that's good, Shaq, because like these guys have been in the game for time. I mean, Mojo has been doing music for time. So those are the kind of people to listen to, because they'll tell you things to avert and things to get into.
Yes, sir.
But now I remember you mentioned Chocolate City. Yeah. That's you're signed with on the Chocolate City. How did that come about? Like, how did you get connected to them?
Bad.
True shot.
Normal.
True, normally.
Love it. Love that.
Love that.
Right.
But would you say, was there things you were posting online, that's how they discovered you, or someone recommended you, or how?
Both.
Okay.
I had a recommendation, but the things I was posting online was giving them heads up.
Right.
Because when someone was saying, oh, let's look at this guy, and then they're like, okay, let's go check his IG for more. But then my IG was like, the guy had 700 followers. and then they're like, what, let's just invite him. Then they said, they wanted me to write a couple of songs and just do a couple of things. And then I was there, and then it was beautiful because I love writing songs.
Yes.
And so we just did that. and then they wanted to see me perform.
Right.
Finally,
where you're
what I love.
Show them.
That was when they're like,
okay, great. That's good.
So in terms of going back to like your EPs and the tracks on there, and you singing, songwriting, in what other ways are you involved in the creative process with music? Is there anything else you do outside of singing, songwriting? Do you produce, for example?
Yeah. Right. To be honest, before Son of the Moon, I didn't know how to do anything music. But now, like after Son of the Moon, I started learning. I could record myself.
Okay.
Do all of that myself. But now, like the next couple of songs that will be coming out, I have production credits.
Oh,
nice. Come on. Pop
your
collar on that. Pop your collar on that.
I'm starting to, now I'm starting to be in tune. Maybe a little bit too much with the music, because when I have because when I'm in the studio, I love instrumentalists being with me. Yeah, so I have my guitarist, I have my violinist, I have my producer.
Right.
We're all together. Sometimes it's just maybe me, the producer, and the violinist. When it's even just me and the producer, but I have the idea that I want. I have the way I want the violinist to come in. So when we add when the violinist is here, I already have what I want him to play. So I'm like, this is what I want you to do. And I can't play the violin. I can't play the violin. I can't even. I'm learning like the piano now, but I can't even do that. But I know I'm just gonna be like, and then he does it exactly how I like it. Isomio, that's my guy. He's in the UK now because I don't know why. I just do it for him, and then he does it exactly how I like it. And then just put in the beat, and then I tell the producer like, this is how I like it. And and the guy I work with, the producers I work with, they when I'm here, they think here, then I think here, then I think here. So it's like a sync.
You know what? I think that's actually perfect, because some of the artists that we've spoken to already, that we've met with, they describe having like a music soulmate type of relationship with their producers. Do you feel like you have that connection with them where they get you? And it also seems like you're very connected. I mean, you're very involved in the creative process, because even if you're not, technically like producing, already you have a good clear picture of what you want in your mind. But also in terms of like going back to your producers, do you feel like you have that connection, that understanding with them?
I don't think I've worked with a lot of producers. So I don't know if I want to say yes, but I know like I worked with one for Son of the Moon, and that was because he understood like what I was trying to do with it, and it was quick for him to understand. So I sort of like worked with him like for a long time, and even with this forthcoming songs, like I'm still working with him, but like I'm starting to work with a lot more producers to just understand. Like I'm still going to like work with a lot more producers, and my being soulmate with like I think I have this soulmate relationship with like creating something unique, like my music. So like that creative process is what I have.
So a lot of artists describe having music soulmate type of relationship, or type of artistic type of relationship with the producers. Do you feel like you have that? Is it hard to say?
Yeah, because I only worked with one producer, for Son of the Moon. I did 4 songs with one. I did another one with my Anna, who's like so super talented. So I've not really worked with a lot of producers because it's not like I have these ideas in my head and I want to work with everybody, but I don't
be able to.
So with him, BMH, it was so easy for him to understand. Like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do with my head. But like with the other guys, like I'm still opening up now to nice relationship. So I don't even have a soulmate relationship with producers, but like I know like I have this idea of just creating something that explains me and how I feel where my head is at. And anybody that can best help me with that, obviously there's gonna be like a nice connection or synergy. If I don't if I don't have that
they would translate your
if you don't understand what I'm trying to try to decipher. You might not be nice. I might just record something that is just for vibes, and I never like songs that record
just
for vibes.
Okay. No, that totally actually makes sense, and I think I mean, with time, when you start to work with more and more producers, you will start to be able, probably, hopefully, find that, if that is something that you want to find. But I think giving the best person the shot, who's able to understand you and translate what you're trying to say. Yeah. Also, I think, and it's been working very well so far from your music, for your music as well. Yeah. So in terms of with the creative process, working with producers and everything, what's your favorite part of that entire process? From walking into the studio to, okay, this song is done, we're gonna play it out. What's your favorite part of that?
Oh, from that side?
Oh, the entirety process.
Of the production.
I think maybe when after it's done, and then I sit back and I'm like, because I remember like what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
I remember it just being nothing. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, or it just even being the drums, or just maybe the. And then I'm looking at the finished product and I'm like, wow.
Right.
And so I always sit back and be like, wow, this is crazy. Like it was nothing here, it was just empty, then now I'm telling something like this. That realization just makes me feel like, oh, nice, we got this.
Okay, that's good actually. That's really interesting. And that just brought me to think, like, you're saying that it's usually after you've listened to the song. So maybe what song were you the most excited about when you finally listened to the the result?
Emotions.
Everything. Emotions. Okay.
When I mean emotions explains what my genre is about.
Okay.
Emotions.
When I made captures
who Tariq is. When I made emotions, and I've never in my life I've never been able to explain how I feel to the barest minimum. And right after I made emotions, I now made the insecurity. Right. So that was how I knew, like, okay, I was getting a hang of it.
Yeah.
Because wow, so I'm explaining things and I'm able to do it in the barest minimum, like explain how I was feeling. I genuinely feel like these two people make me happy differently, and I don't see why I should just not be happy.
Yeah, in true Nigerian man style, With
because I feel like because you're the co-host, you can't
like
it's not anything Nigerian style.
True Nigerian man style. When I heard that song, I was like, wow, I'm in love with you. Oh wow, interest. Okay, okay.
No. So does that mean would you say that was the song that you also enjoyed the creative process the most? Like everything that was that entailed the production.
Emotions is emotions. Like when I made emotions, like maybe because I was really excited to hear how the people I was making it for were gonna feel like. To be honest, I made a lot of songs on that project. I was like, Joe, I can't wait for the whole world to hear this. But like when I made emotions, I was like, I cannot wait for these two people to hear it. And I remember like
be nosy. Yeah.
Okay, at least what was the reaction?
Right, okay.
That's a wrap.
Oh wow.
That's scary.
I remember one. Like I remember like one, like I was making the video, making the performance track for Emotion, and that was the first time she ever heard it. And I made sure that she would never hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had turned, just friends.
Oh.
Wasn't my decision. It was cool.
Thank you. So did you get the reaction you wanted, or you were hoping for?
It smells like heartbreak. Like breakfast.
No, because I felt like she sort of understood, like in a way, but the whole thing got awkward in so many ways that I started laughing.
Not laughing.
What to do?
Because I could see that. Because I could see it, and obviously she just, first of all, she was like standing close to me, but hearing it, and then I was performing it like to the camera. It was the one where I had like this moon lab, like the first video that would ever come out from me on IG right after I was bringing my project out, where I had this moon lab. like behind me, like it was this sunset feeling. So just standing there, there was a camera here. The first time they were singing, I had to perform it live. Like I did attach a different room, and she knows about it.
Wow.
She just lives there. She just sits there.
Wow. Okay.
Then I'm like, "Cut," and I just start laughing.
How you gonna say that one?
Right?
Yeah, but she's so pretty, so I'm so sure.
Wow. Of course, you won't have any problems, you know.
What?
She definitely got it. I mean, ain't nobody without problems.
But you know.
Yeah. No. Okay.
There's no fire.
So in terms of the music and the tracks and all of that, I mean, how would you then say? I mean, with this year, the way that your music has gone in terms of performing and all of that, you've performed at Homecoming very recently, which I think is quite big, very huge. And so, how would you then say, like in terms of milestones that you've hit so far this year, or even with your music in general, what are those milestones? And
I mean, for me, like I can remember losing my mind. Like the first one that really made me lose my mind was knowing that I was super nervous because I had never dropped anything musically before.
Right.
And Son of the Moon wasn't even like a project. It was because I was under like CC's Academy, New Tribe. So it was more like, okay, this is this guy that we're growing up.
Right.
We believe that he is the next big thing out of Africa. He thinks he is the biggest thing out of Africa.
Right.
I didn't say that, but I'm saying that.
Energy.
Right. And listen to what he sounds like, and just so you can watch him grow and grow with him. People that understand him, they can just grow with him. So that was the whole plan for the project. That was what Son of the Moon was doing. And then when I saw that I was on AudioMac, the first week of release, I was like number 2 in the world. Wow. Like that first week of release, my project was number 2 in the world. And I released it as you guys should listen to how I sound.
Right.
Exactly. Like, wow.
That is a milestone and a half.
I lost my mind.
That's set a huge stage step for you, actually. That's good. That's big.
It was crazy.
And you celebrate.
And the only thing that was number 1 was Beyonce. Beyonce dropped her project then.
Wow.
So if Mama B no dropped that, I would have Beyonce. I even being number 4. Like I remember, like the first day I picked out number 4 on Apple Music, and I can remember it was Beyonce. It was Bonner and just people that I go to bed listening to.
And look at you on the same.
And you're right there on
I think it was Beyonce first. It was Beyonce, Bonner, then Omale. And these are people that I have so much respect for. Like I'm like, man, they dropped. I'm like, everybody sing. Like Bonner, like the reason why I call myself a born performer is because of like Bonner inspires me, like in that sense. So like now knowing that I don't.
You're right.
So and that was the whole idea I had. Like the project was like, okay, this is what this guy sounds like. Listen to him. We're still working on him. I don't think I need work. I was still working on him. We're still trying to just groom him and
love it.
Well, this is what I sound like. And then I was number 2 in AudioMac, like in the world, like not even 9, like not 9 to Africa, like in the world. And I had like AudioMac's official page saying our top 5 top 5 albums this week: Beyonce, Tariq, Son of the Moon.
God
that's
damn!
huge.
Like that's actually
well done to you. Round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
like, that's all.
We love it. We love it. Right.
And it would be so easy. It would be so easy for you to. Well, I won't entirely say easy, but it would be easier for you to get to work with your dream collabs, which I would actually like for you to tell us. Maybe a few people that you are looking to work with, you're hoping to work with in the future.
Or like everywhere.
And everywhere, really. Nice everywhere.
So in the whole world, I have such. One of the reasons why I started making music was because of Ed Sheeran.
Oh wow! Okay.
Ed Sheeran, Frank Ocean. Those are people that
you kind of look like Frank Ocean.
Yes.
It was that info, man.
The only thing I love women. I love
Is that the only difference? Okay,
because I know like I really like him. So like that's the difference
between both of you.
But I mean,
I think with the musically, I see it happens.
I make time to go to bed, making sure I listen to him. And one of the best projects that he ever like had, I think the one that never came out, that was never Nostalgia, was never on any DSP. Right. People love Blonde, people love Shannon Lawrence, but Nostalgia and Endless is like, Endless was not even released at all. Like it's just there's just a video of him painting back to back. So I spent time. Like so that's why my hair, the way I look. Sometimes I'm so awkward. Sometimes not all the time. Because I have that weird that I heard that. And like, why are you always in that Frank Ocean? And then I was like, let me actually
maybe because exactly.
First time I ever heard any Frank Ocean song, by the way, was at Black's place. He was like, do you know Frank Ocean? I was like, yeah, I've heard of him. And that's the only thing I could say about Frank Ocean. And he was like,
you need to get on this.
And then he played Pink Matter, and I heard him sing it. Like he was singing, Pledge. And I was like, what? Then I went home to go and listen to him, and then my music life changed. So Frank Ocean, Ed Sheeran, Bad Bunny. Yeah, that's
those are people. So going back to right. Any more for us?
Going back to the roots.
I have people that Black Bones.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, that's already a dream come true already.
Homegrown people.
And I really like. I'm sorry, I have so much, and I don't want to. I just want to just give like 3. I like Asha a lot.
Nice.
And I feel like, fingers crossed, like a song with Omale is gonna be massive. Yeah. I'm a big Omale fan.
That'll be good.
Big Omale fan. Massive Rema fan too.
Rema, same.
Yeah, I'm a massive Rema fan too. Massive Odumodu fan too.
Big Gun.
Because although I have, luckily for me, I have that already. I have
that's great.
I have like
still.
2. Sorry.
So we're just waiting for them to. We're just waiting for them to drop.
Fingers crossed.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Like these are people that I really, really love to work with. Also, I'm a big fan of Escort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Escort. I think she is. Maybe because I've been in the same studio with her, I think she is really talented. So yeah.
So in terms of what we can expect from you this year, can we expect any collabs from these people that you've mentioned, or any projects that you're dropping that will feature like some of these people?
Yeah, fingers crossed. I have ideas like I'm trying to work on with them, and also like fingers crossed that because I know everyone's pretty busy,
of course,
and it's going to be really hard. But like fingers crossed. I also would like to work with Celestine. Cool. But like not in like a work with him kind of thing. Have like some of his samples and
okay.
I think that's the next goal.
For you.
Just do like I want to try something
milestone.
Like no, like maybe a sample thing with Celestine.
Okay.
That's because I heard it like on the radio when we were coming. So
this would be cool.
I was telling Brainchild on my I was like telling Brainchild that that's Celestine. But then in my head I was like, it's been nice to sample something like that. Just
okay. Oh, perfect. That's good, Sha. Hopefully, looking forward to some, really good stuff for you. But
there's so many things coming.
Looking forward to it. We're joining your fan club like this. Don't worry, we're in the loop. We're in the loop.
Right.
But for people, for up and coming artists that are watching this, are listening to this, just like for you to give some advice to them, things that you think they can choose to, they should ignore, things they should look into really prioritizing as an artist. Basically, just give some advice.
I think showing up is very important.
Right.
Whether you don't think you're good enough, whether you don't think that you're gonna be the best in the room, whether you think that it's not time for you, whether you think I'm tired, I don't have the best clothes on, whatever reason, show up. Showing up is the fact that you're there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if, I've been in a couple of studios. I spent 2 weeks in studios where I'm literally like, the studio is so hot, so we're all sweating.
Oh.
We're all sweating. But I'm not recording.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not recording nothing. I'm not the person recording, but I just want to be there because that's the only studio access I can get.
Right.
Oh,
And doing that, just show,
Right.
just being there, like
Be
just
there.
showing up. Just showing up is the biggest, it's the hardest thing, because for me it was the hardest thing.
Right.
I could really want to pick this up, but I will have 500 reasons why I shouldn't pick this up. I feel like I'll pour it on myself.
Right.
I feel like I'll dip my hand into it or something. Like I just have different reasons. Just
so
show
not
up.
fixating on like the possibilities, what could be, or could just do it. Just
exactly.
And I think the next one is the biggest. Pray.
Okay. Okay.
Pray a lot.
Love that one.
No.
That's it. I don't know that thing is just me giving you motivation.
All right.
Just
but
pray
that's
a lot.
the key.
Yeah.
Pray a lot
Right.
and show up. Because right now, all I do is pray a lot and show up.
Perfect. And maybe sprinkle of talent as well.
I'm that good, so I'm not worried.
You don't need to. No, you don't need that part. Perfect. No, that's perfect. So in terms of like, no, I believe you.
They're not ready. Honestly,
I believe you.
No,
I believe you.
Honestly,
I get it. I see it. It's perfect. It's great.
That should actually keep that energy, man. Because you're a winner, and you should keep that winning
that.
mentality. That my guy, full packaging meal. Don't mind me.
It does a lot.
So that's great.
So in terms of like your socials or on streaming platforms, where can people find you?
On everywhere is Tariq for Keeps, TARIQ for Keeps, FORKEEPS.
Yeah, we have
face,
everything.
Perfect. And then on every DSP is Tariq, TAR1Q.
1Q. Perfect. Thank you so much, Tariq.
Thank you so much.
Also having the one with
yes, we're gonna have that separately, but okay, yes.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
So you know what? In our culture, our newest culture, we have a cup where you just pick random.
Oh, that was why it was there.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
We can restart that and then we'll bring it back.
Because only why
we didn't take it all the way.
I didn't even need to restart it. Just the editing. It just
No, but timing. You only have 20 on it, so
it's not even going to take that long. It was still had like 15 minutes left.
15.
In this cut.
Okay, so we have some questions in here, wildcard questions. You don't know what you're gonna get. We don't know either. You have to pick one out of it and answer the question. Drum roll, please. Hopefully our wildcard they're not too wild. They're like domestic.
I'm still a young adult.
Okay. They're not still PG, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I pick another one? I'll answer this one. What have you learned from being a part of the Lagos music scene?
Yeah.
Have I learned from being a part of the Lagos music scene? I've heard a lot, but what do I know that SM means there? You need to respect a lot of people that you probably just met like that moment.
Right.
True.
That's it. And luckily for me, it's not an issue, but
respect for everybody.
You people that
regardless.
If I just met you today, like you need to respect because you don't know the backstory, what they have done, what they are doing,
who they are, where they are.
So I just learned, even outside me, if I'm anywhere.
That's what you do anyway.
You don't know it's the Elenio.
Right.
And he's Obalola.
Right.
Sorry, I just watched that movie and I love it.
No, I mean, absolutely. I think that's great advice. Just respect across the board.
It's
that's
cool.
perfect.
Can I pick another one?
You pick? Okay, go. Yeah, pick another one. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. What do you think is missing from the Lagos music scene?
Another one. You just me still. Right.
How many are
going to dominate
how many
the
more?
Lagos scene?
Okay, no, it's just one more.
No, definitely.
What do you think is missing from the Lagos music scene?
Yes, tell us.
I think missing from the Lagos music scene. And you don't want me to say me.
You're there, right?
What do I think is missing from the Lagos music scene? Never thought of that before, so
Really?
this will take a while.
Okay.
What do I think is missing from the Lagos music scene?
What would you like
Lagos music
or
scene.
Nigeria?
No, it's Lagos. No.
Okay,
it's
fine, Lagos. All right. I mean, that you feel like, you know what, this is something that they should be doing, they're not doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think it's the synergy.
Right.
Okay.
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 Like more people working together.
Yeah, I think if there's a lot of synergy, you know. There are niches, like there's this niche, there's this niche, there's this niche, but like the whole synergy is gonna be massive because I feel like there's just too many. There's just too many.
Separate.
People like they're so creative and everybody I don't do my own.
Yeah.
But like the whole synergy would be nice, you know. And I get that it's not easy because I mean even myself I find it hard to even do that. Like just open my whole creative box and be like jump inside that. But I know like if I can try.
Right.
So everyone
will benefit everyone. No, perfect.
Right, that's good actually.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, loved it. It was really good. Yeah, I think we got.
This is a really good session.
Thank you so much. You got so much info. You know, you told us you shared what you were willing to share. Yeah. And you gave us like one line from your track that we love.
What did you have to bring up?
Yeah, no. I mean, school is good still. It's good. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So, all right, guys, on this at this very moment, you know. Till next time, y'all stay safe. It's EPs and LPs. Bye. Keep watching, keep listening on all our streaming platforms. Bye.
Cheese.